Season 3 of the 2003 series had some of the best episodes in Ninja Turtles history. Quite a few of them will be on my final Top 10 TMNT 2003 episodes list. The season kicks off with an invasion of Earth by the Triceratons and ends with pure epicness. As many of you may know, some time traveling into different dimensions is also a highlight of the season. Due to popular demand, here's my top 10 episodes of Season 3 of the 2003 series. An honorable mention goes to the Christmas Aliens, because of the debut of Clunk, and who doesn't love Christmas? Number 10, Touch and Go. This episode was the debut of two underrated villains from the series, Mr. Touch and Mr. Go. Maybe I disliked them so much because you had to verse them 3 times in Mutant Nightmare. They have some awesome fights with Splinter and Mikey in this episode. Also, there were some real down-to-earth scenes between Raph and the blind grandma. Splinter comes in clutch with a fire extinguisher, defeating Touch, Go, and Hun. Number 9, The Darkness Within. This episode has each turtle dealing with their own fear. Leonardo's being failure, Raphael's being his anger, Donnie's being the deaths of all of his loved ones, and Mikey's being betrayal. It's pretty awesome when the series gets deep like this. This episode has plenty of memorable moments, like an appearance from Angel and Raphael being the Shredder in his nightmare. Fun fact, Raphael becoming the Shredder actually did happen in the Image comics. Number 8, Mission of Gravity. The Shredder manages to send Beijing off of Earth's surface into orbit. How awesome and sickening at the same time. Karai is shown helping the Turtles a lot throughout this episode, but at the same time making things difficult for them. Raph put it best, saying that she can't decide whether she wants to help them or kill them. With the help of the Fugitoid, the Turtles again saved the day. Kind of. They actually put Beijing back on Earth backwards. Interior problems within the Shredder's closest assistants also made for great Foot Clan storytelling. Number 7, The Lesson. Childhood memories of the Turtles and Casey Jones show that they all met a long time ago. This series knew exactly how to make the perfect flashback scenes for the Turtles. The boys in green teach young Casey how to stick up for himself against bullies, who look to be young purple dragons. This episode shows Casey coming up with his catchphrase for the show, Goongala. Woohoo! Goongala! 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 Number 6, New Blood. I am a sucker for scenes of Oroku Saki speaking to the public as if he is some kind of savior for New York. Having the mayor of New York in the Foot's headquarters speaking with Saki just makes the series seem more real. This episode also includes the debut of Dr. Chaplin, a cheeky scientist who is actually really likable, even though he is working for the Foot. He shows off his new creation, the Amazonian Blade Bots. What an amazing set of little villains, giant Karai robots. Donnie actually broke his bow staff while fighting the bots, but took the bladed staff of the Golden Bot, which he used in future episodes. This episode really set the tone for what was to come regarding the Foot in this season. Number 5, Hun on the Run. Being that Hun is my favorite member of the Foot Clan besides Shirelle, this episode was perfect. Karai ends up being captured by Bishop, and Hun is sent to go retrieve her. Shirelle, Oroku Saki, tells Hun that his life depends on if he can save her. With epic fights between the Turtles, Hun, and Bishop, this episode thrived on action. To save Karai, Hun actually teamed up with the Turtles to defeat Bishop. Number 4, The Real World Part 1 and 2. Ultimate Draco strikes for the final time, sending Leonardo into a nightmare of his own. He ends up in the world of Usagi Yojimbo. Leo teams up with allies from Usagi's world, fighting against its villains. Leo and Usagi end up in the Battle Nexus and encounter serious problems. Leo ends up taking the War Staff from Damio, which leads to his brothers being brought to help him. The episode ends with the Turtles destroying Ultimate Draco and bringing a child version of the Ultimate Ninja back into the dimension. Number 3. Bishop's Gambit. Bishop's cronies end up sending sonic disruptions through the sewers, aiming to send the Turtles and Splinter out of the sewers to be captured. Splinter is captured, but the Turtles were saved by the Fugitoid and Leatherhead. Bishop unveils his new creation, Slayer. The Turtles end up defeating it, and Splinter escapes to fight Bishop one-on-one. Bishop and Splinter are probably the two most skilled fighters in the whole series, so this battle was amazing to watch unfold. Splinter prevailed, but Bishop escaped. Number 2. Same as It Never Was. This episode is known to be the darkest and saddest of the entire series, with the deaths of Splinter, Casey, Hun, Stockman, Mikey, Raph, Leo, Karai, and the Shredder. This was Donnie's nightmare, as he is thrown into the future where Shredder rules over a broken New York. Donnie and an aged April O'Neil end up defeating Mega Shredder, and Donnie is shown being transported into another dimension as this episode ends on a cliffhanger. Number 1. Exodus Part 1 and 2. Arguably the best season finale ever, these episodes are everything that makes the 2003 series the GOAT. There are so many great fun facts to these episodes, like this being the last time the original foot designs are used, Hun finally learning that the Shredder is an Utrom, and the last appearance of Utrom Shredder. The ultimate climax to what has been building up all season. Shredder looks to escape from Earth, but the Turtles and Splinter grab onto the ship just as it takes off. One of, if not the most epic battle of the entire series ensues. Shredder and Karai actually beat the Turtles and Splinter up real bad, with Karai literally stabbing Leo in the chest with a sword. Even if it was on accident, it was still pretty cool. The Turtles and Splinter are content with blowing up with the ship as long as it kills the Shredder too. But just as the ship is about to blow, the Utroms pause time and save the Turtles, Chaplin, Karai, and Shredder. We learn how many innocent lives have been taken by Shredder, over 4 million. He is sentenced to life on a frozen asteroid in solitary confinement. Karai and Chaplin are sent to Earth's authorities, but it is unknown what their exact punishment was. Battered and bruised, the Turtles finally did it. Shredder was finally defeated for good, unless you count Turtles Forever, but that is a video for another time. Thank you all for watching, and tell me in the comments your top 10 episodes from this season. Subscribe for more, everybody. Peace out.